Mr. Chairman, thank you for your leadership on that. I just want to reiterate how important that is.
You were there every step of the way, and it's the fact that we were able to get such strong bipartisan help. And I know that the senator from Minnesota talked to a lot of people on the other side of the aisle, and it was nice to actually have senators do things together on both sides of the aisle, and the country's better off for it. We stand in recess.
We the public want to see those memos. We the public have the right to know how many civilians have been killed in our name and where. We want to know why you're allowing signature strikes where we can kill people on the basis of suspicious activity only. And what about secondary strikes that killed rescue workers? We just came back from Pakistan. We met families who had lost their loved ones, innocent people, 176 children who've been killed with our drone strikes. How can you say that's legal? And what about Abdul Rahman al-Awlaki, a 16-year-old from Denver, a U.S. citizen killed in a drone strike? Was he a high-level Al-Qaeda operative, or was it a mistake? And if it's a mistake, who's going to pay for that mistake? Attorney General Holder, we have the right to get answers to this. Not just the people in Congress, but we the public, because you are doing the drone killings in our name.
3 out of 4 Americans killed by mistake, you've admitted. 3 out of 4 Americans killed by mistake. Think of the
Mr. Holder, is it true that the CIA is counting every military-aged male killed by a drone strike as a militant? Is that true, Mr. Holder? It was reported in the New York Times on May 29, 2012. Senator Feinstein said she was unaware.
Is that legal to count every male of military age as a combatant? What would happen if another country tried to do that here in the United States? The precedent that we are setting is for a world of chaos, a world of lawlessness. And because the hearing is over, we the public finally get to say something. Because during the hearing, we cannot even hold up our signs above our shoulders.
That's right. We made it
A professional hearing, but it's an unprofessional government program that is killed, according to Senator Graham, 4,700 people in countries where we are not at war. Now, is that a professional program?
We need to stop justifying killer drone strikes. Stop justifying killer drone strikes.
We are making more enemies than we are killing. This is playing into the hands of extremists like Al-Qaeda. And we are opening new drone bases in places like Saudi Arabia that is just going to blow back against us. This program is a national security threat, and we are the citizens who are speaking up for our national security because our government is not doing anything to make us secure. In fact, you're making us more hated around the world, which is going to mean more attacks against us.
Targeted assassinations is not what this country stands for. This is an outrage against the way that our way of life.
It's time to get some oversight in these hearings. It's time for these committees to do real oversight. If they don't even have access to the public documents written by the Attorney General's office, how are they supposed to do any kind of oversight?
Senator Lee said he was disappointed. Why doesn't he issue a subpoena?
No, and Attorney General Holder said the president wants more transparency. Who is it that is above the president who is keeping these memos from the committees that are supposed to do oversight? Is the CIA more powerful than the president?
What did Feinstein and Wyden prove? They proved that pressure works and not pressure doesn't work. For more than a year they asked for these memos. The administration didn't give them. Then when they said they were going to hold up Brennan's confirmation, the administration handed over the memos. Senator Lee, who wants the memos, he has to issue a subpoena.
We need the memos.
We, the public, need to see these memos. I want to know why, after 4 years, this administration that says it's going to be the most transparent administration hasn't given to the committees supposed to do the oversight the information they need. And we, the public, we want to see these memos. And it's more than just the memos. We want to see how they are justifying the fact that they can kill not only Americans, but non-Americans. What happened to 176 children who have been killed by these drone strikes? Were those all mistakes? Will Will we acknowledge those mistakes? Will somebody be held accountable for those mistakes? And those mistakes will continue. And especially we want to know why the CIA has the right to use lethal drones. The CIA is not a military organization, it's a civilian organization. It shouldn't have the authority to be using lethal weapons like drones.
And I'd like to ask Senator Lindsey Graham about this killing Americans sitting at a cafe, which he seems to condone. Senator Lindsey Graham, who was one of the torture memo proponents, now is a proponent for the assassin drones of killing now American citizens, he says. So we've got a lot to hold the Congress accountable for, of not doing things, not providing transparency, not shutting down the government to get after these memos. I mean, there are ways to go after getting the memos and
Excuse me, can you guys
finally.
We don't allow press conferences in
Senator Feinstein said after the Brennan hearing, and she was cited in Politico, is saying that she was unaware of reports that the CIA was counting military-age males as militants when they were killed by drone strikes. 6 months after this was reported by the New York Times on May 29, 2012. 6 months, Senator Feinstein, chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, unaware of what was reported in the New York Times on a major expose on drone strikes.
In an area that's part of her official responsibilities. This, are we supposed to be are the public supposed to be the primary?
I appreciate your interest. If you guys just wouldn't mind stepping in the hallway, I'll be out there just
and talking to their staff.
Thank you for allowing us to exercise our First Amendment right.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry, it's a little tight in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I went to Pakistan.
You guys just need to keep heading out into the hall. I'm so sorry.
Killed children. And we are creating terrorists.
Well, we have more live events to tell you about coming.